Namaskar, welcome to Express News. India's Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar laid the foundation stone of the Nandlal Nuwal Indology Centre in the national capital Delhi on Monday. Speaking on the occasion, the Vice President said that the new building will usher in a new era for the department where students from all over the country will get a better education in the opportunities in Indology with modern facilities. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh visited the Republic Day camp in Delhi on Monday. The minister honoured 2 cadets with the Raksha Mantri Medal and 3 cadets with the Raksha Mantri Citation Certificate. Addressing the cadets of the National Cadet Corps, the Defence Minister said that joining the NCC is a matter of pride and bears a burden of the nation's progress. After a show of the NCC Cadet Band from the northeastern state of Mizoram, the cadets also performed on stage, displaying the cultural strength of the country. The 85th All India Presiding Officers Conference was inaugurated by the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla in Bihar's Patna on Monday and was welcomed with a guard of honour by the Women's Battalion of the Bihar Police. Addressing the event, Om Birla remembered those great personalities who scripted and debated the Indian Constitution. The 2-day conference is being held on the theme of the 75th anniversary of the Constitution, contribution of Parliament and state legislative bodies in strengthening constitutional values. On Republic Day Parade 2025, the Defence Secretary Rajesh Kumar, who is the Defence Secretary, also spoke at that event. In view of enhanced security, we'll move on to item number 11, please. In view of the enhanced security arrangements ahead of the Republic Day on the 26th of January, security checks for passengers has been further intensified across the metro stations in the Indian capital, New Delhi, till the 27th of January 2025. The motorcycle rider display team, Daredevils of the Indian Army, created a world record for the highest human pyramid on moving motorcycles on the Kartavya Path on Monday, and the formation was 20.4 feet tall. It comprised 40 men on 7 motorcycles. The anti-terror operation in forested Sopore in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir entered its second day on Monday. The operation was launched on Sunday after security personnel uncovered a militant hideout. Search operations are underway. The Indian Army has been deployed in Rajouri district in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. This is to provide essential supplies to the residents there after a mysterious disease has been wreaking havoc in the region, claiming 17 lives. This has happened since early December 2024. The West Bengal court has pronounced life imprisonment to the convict Sanjay Roy in the RG Car rape and murder case. The court also imposed a fine of 50,000 rupees. India's Ministry of Mines, in collaboration with the government of Odisha, is hosting the 3rd National Mines Ministers Conference from January 20 to 21, 2025 at Konark in the Indian state of Odisha. The conference is presided over by the Coal and Mines Minister G. Kishan Reddy. Monday is the last day for the withdrawal of nominations for February 5 Delhi State Assembly polls, as the final list of candidates in each of the 70 constituencies will be published. Food Safety and Standards Authority of India has enforced robust measures at a massive scale. This is to ensure the availability of safe and hygienic food for millions of devotees at the Mahakumbh Mela. At the Mahakumbh of 2025, Uttar Pradesh government has executed some mega projects like setting up a modern tent city as well as installing 30 pontoon bridges. This is for the pilgrims. The trial of the first 18-coach AC train from Katra in Jammu to Budgam in Kashmir was conducted successfully on Sunday, marking the successful completion of the Udhampur-Srinagar Baramulla rail link project. TikTok is going to resume services in the United States with its 170 million users there. Quite happy about it because President-elect Donald Trump said that he would revive the app's access in the US when he returns to power on Monday. The 54th edition of the World Economic Forum has kicked off in Switzerland's Davos. The geopolitical and economic uncertainty, trade tensions are topping the Davos agenda. During the 5-day-long meeting, around 3,000 leaders from over 130 countries will discuss innovative strategies and revitalize economic growth. In fact, oil prices, they on Monday fell. This is with Brent crude futures dropping 28 cents. It's currently at $80.51 a barrel. Bitcoin has hit a record high. It's now above $109,000. And this has happened on Monday because the US President-elect Donald Trump has signaled his plans to deregulate the cryptocurrency sector, and he's prepared to be sworn in as the US President. Well, the global PC market saw a 3.7% shipment growth in Q4 2024, and over 25% of the laptops were generative AI capable last year. That's what a report showed on Monday. Indonesia has opened its carbon exchange to international buyers, aiming to raise funds to help meet ambitious domestic climate goals. A survey by the Confederation of Indian Industry has revealed an optimistic outlook for the Indian economy, with 75% of the firms believing that the current environment is conducive for private investments. The contribution of the ed-tech sector in India is with the GDP projected to rise from 0.1% in 2020 to 0.4% by 2029, according to a report. As the energy cooperation is strengthening between India and Sri Lanka, the price per unit for energy from Sampur solar power plant has been finalized now at around 6 US cents. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, who is in Washington, D.C. for the inauguration ceremony of the U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, held a meeting with his Japanese counterpart Takeshi Iwaya, and both leaders reviewed progress of bilateral cooperation. The EAM Jaishankar also met his Australian counterpart Penny Wong. They've also held a discussion on the state of the world. Reliance Industries Chairman Mukesh Ambani and the Reliance Foundation Chairperson Neeta Ambani posed for a photograph with the US President-elect Donald Trump a day before his swearing-in ceremony in Washington, D.C. Donald Trump will be inaugurated as the 47th US President today in a star-studded event that will be attended by a galaxy of foreign dignitaries, including India's External Affairs Minister Jaishankar. Donald Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance, they on Sunday laid a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington National Cemetery, continuing a tradition for incoming leaders ahead of their inauguration. The U.S. President-elect Donald Trump addressed supporters at a victory rally in Washington, D.C. ahead of his inauguration on Monday. The outgoing U.S. President Joe Biden, on the last day of his office as the president, visited South Carolina's black church-going community on Sunday and also took round of the African American Museum. While addressing the media, Biden hailed the release of Israeli hostages in exchange for Palestinians as a result of Israel-Hamas truce deal, and he claimed that he put his highest efforts in and weight behind this deal. As part of the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas, 90 Palestinian prisoners and detainees were released on Monday with celebrations in Betunia, with fireworks lighting up the sky. 3 Israeli hostages, Romi Gonin, Doran Steinbrecher and Emily Damari, reunited with their families after being released from captivity in Gaza on Sunday. The World Health Organization has expressed its readiness to pour aid into Gaza during the Israel-Hamas truce, saying that it would need systematic access across the territory to do so. Canada's former Deputy Prime Minister, Chrystia Freeland, launched her campaign on Sunday to replace Justin Trudeau as the Liberal Party leader and the Prime Minister of the country, pitching herself as the best option to oppose the incoming US President Donald Trump. Russia has opened a criminal investigation into allegations that Ukrainian troops killed civilians in a Russian village that had been seized by Kiev's army. In the foreign ministers' meeting of ASEAN, the decision to bar Myanmar generals from summits and foreign ministers' meetings was taken on Sunday. The decision has been taken in view of Myanmar's junta's failure to implement a 5-point consensus to resolve the issue facing the Southeast Asian nation. South Korea's acting president Choi Sang-mok expressed deep regret over what he called an illegal violence at the court building in Seoul. On Sunday, supporters of the arrested President Yoon Suk-yeol smashed windows and broke in. Bangladesh's High Court is likely to hear the bail plea of the Hindu monk Chinmoy Krishna Das on Monday. The former priest of ISKCON, Das, was arrested on sedition charges on November 25 last year from Dhaka airport. He has been in jail since the 26th of November. As part of his three-country visit to the Philippines, Republic of Palau and Federated States of Micronesia, India's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs or External Affairs, Pabitra Margarita, met the Micronesia Secretary of the Department of Foreign Affairs, Lauren S. Robert. Continuing India's ongoing support for Sri Lanka's fishing industry, the High Commissioner of India there, Santosh Jha, distributed fishing nets to the fishing community in Jaffna's Point Pedro Northern Province. More than 80 people have been killed in Colombia's Catatumbo region by the National Liberation Army guerrillas, according to the governor's office in Norte de Santander province and the Human Rights Ombudsman. Hundreds of Salvadorans are protesting the newly approved law that reactivates metallic mining in the country, which was banned since 2017. The law was passed on December 23rd last year. Okay, let's take a break. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Timeless, boundless, and infinite. The essence of faith. The soul of Sanatan culture, from the sacred confluence of Prayag, where divinity descends to earth. Witness the grandeur, the devotion, the magic, world's largest cultural and spiritual gathering, with over 450 million devotees expected to attend. Mahakumbh, India's greatest festival of faith. Exclusively on DD India.
Welcome back to Express News. Let's continue with more stories. Firefighters in Los Angeles made headway in controlling the wildfires that have ravaged the Pacific Palisades and Altadena. However, the forecasters predict a return of the fire-prone weather on Monday. The California fires have killed at least 27 people as of Friday and destroyed more than 10,000 structures in the residential enclaves of Pacific Palisades and Altadena. US President-elect Donald Trump plans to visit California after his inauguration to assess the damage, despite previously criticizing Governor Gavin Newsom's response to the fires. Bandipora region of the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir experienced a fresh spell of snowfall, transforming it into a winter wonderland. The temperature has dipped below zero in the Kashmir Valley on Monday. India's weather department has issued a forecast for widespread rain and snowfall across Jammu and Kashmir over the next 5 days. Fog conditions prevailed over northern states of India on Monday. Delhi recorded a temperature of 12.6 degrees Celsius, resulting in disrupted train services. India's Met Department predicted light to a moderate rainfall, along with isolated thunder showers and lightning over the coastal Tamil Nadu and Puducherry due to a strong northeasterly wind. The Moroccan city of Ifrane and its surrounding areas were covered in white because of snowfall that was experienced in the region. Visitors flocked in large numbers to nearby cities to enjoy the beautiful natural scenery. The recorded snowfall also contributes to increasing the filling rates of lakes and waterfalls. Authorities declared a natural disaster in parts of eastern Australia where gales have toppled trees and knocked out power to tens of thousands of homes. Ahead of Donald Trump's inauguration, the Indian sand artist Doordarshan dedicated a sand art to the US President-elect Donald Trump at the Puri beach in the Indian state of Odisha. As the Mahakumbh enters its 8th day, more than 2.27 million pilgrims visited the Mela on Monday. The Russian Orthodox believers plunged themselves into icy water in St. Petersburg on Sunday to celebrate the Epiphany, despite unusually mild weather and thin ice. In Russia's capital, Moscow, similar scenes were witnessed, where the Russian Orthodox believers plunged themselves into icy water to celebrate the Epiphany. As believers celebrated Epiphany, rescuers and medical workers were on standby and kept a close eye on those who took to the waters. The age-old ritual, it commemorates the baptism of Jesus Christ in the Jordan River, or the Epiphany, which the Russian Orthodox Church celebrates on the 19th of January. The 47th International Circus Festival of Monte Carlo has kicked off in Monaco. This annual circus festival continues until January 26. Breakdancers from all over the world took part in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil in what's called the International Breaking Festival. Performers wowed the audience with intricate footwork, spins and gravity-defying moves on stage. In fact, the recently concluded event, it seeks to combine sport, culture and dance. Amsterdam has officially kicked off the tulip selling season during the National Tulip Day. This year's National Tulip Day was dedicated to celebrating Amsterdam's 750th anniversary of this founding. A large bath complex within a private house attached to a banquet hall. This has emerged as an evacuation site in Pompeii. Pompeii was home to about 13,000 people when it was buried under ash in the volcanic eruption of Mount Vesuvius. This happened in the year 79 AD. The majestic Bastille Independent Art House Cinema in Paris welcomed 18 dogs with their owners to watch Walt Disney's 1955 animation romantic movie Lady and the Tramp. Argentine singer-songwriter Fito Páez delighted his fans with a free concert in Mexico City's iconic Zocalo Square. The free concert was just one highlight of Páez's current Páez 4030 tour. This event, organized by the city's Secretary of Culture, drew 80,000 people. Around 850 people have devoted their daily lives to preserving the memory of more than 1 million people who died in Auschwitz Nazi death camp, which was liberated 80 years ago this month. Pet owners are reunited with their animals at the NGO Pasadena Humane, which took in more than 500 pets when fires broke out in Los Angeles on January 6. At a shopping mall in Beijing, pets are helping young Chinese to reduce social anxiety and provide emotional relief. These are AI pets. A Mumbai court has remanded a man arrested in the Indian actor Saif Ali Khan's attack case to police custody until January 24. a teaser for the action comedy film Dhoom Dham with stars. The actors are Yami Gautam and Pratik Gandhi. It was unveiled on Monday. The actor Karan Veer Mehra has been crowned as the winner of the season 18 of Bigg Boss, beating Vivian Dasina in the battle of votes early on Monday. Musicians Billie Eilish as well as Lady Gaga and Johnny Mitchell as well as Jelly Roll will take to the stage with other big names at the wildfire relief concerts in Los Angeles this month, the organizers have confirmed. Disney's Mufasa, The Lion King, has topped the North American box office on the weekend. The animation film earned an estimated $15.5 million for the period from Friday to Monday. The Indian men's and women's Kho-Kho team have scripted history on Sunday with a win over Nepal in the final of the World Cup. It's the inaugural World Cup. The Indian women's Kho-Kho team clinched the title with a dominant 78-40 win over Nepal. And the Indian men's team replicated their female counterparts' achievement, edging out Nepal 54-36 in a thrilling finale to lift the title. The world number 3, Victor Alexson of Denmark, won the men's singles crown at the India Open badminton tournament in New Delhi on Sunday. The world number 1, An Si-young of South Korea, showcased her dominance, winning the women's singles crown. Defending champion Yannick Sinner advanced into the Australian Open quarterfinals on Monday. The top seed dropped a set before coming home 6-3, 3-6, 6-3, 6-2 against Holger Rune in Melbourne. The American Madison Keys upset Alina Rybakina 6-3, 1-6, 6-3 in a roller coaster match in Melbourne to march into the quarterfinals of the Australian Open on Monday. Ukraine's Elena Svitolina recovered from a subpar start to charge past Russian Veronika Kudermetova 6-4, 6-1 to reach the last 8 of the Australian Open for the third time. The Australian broadcaster Tony Jones has apologized to Novak Djokovic for comments that he made on TV that the 10-time Australian Open champion had considered insulting and offensive. The Indian Grandmaster Ramesh Babu Pragnananda defeated Pentala Harikrishna in the second round of the Tata Steel Chess Tournament at Wickenzie in Netherlands. India's D. Gukesh is still unbeaten after becoming the youngest world champion in history. Gukesh held Slovenia's Vladimir Fedosiv to a draw in round 2 of the Tata Steel Chess Tournament. In hockey, India League, Kalinga Lancers came from behind to win a high-scoring thriller against Delhi Pipers on Sunday. In the Women's Hockey League, Yibi Yansel's double penalty corner conversion propelled Odisha Warriors to a 4-1 win over Bengal Tigers in their Women's Hockey India League match on Sunday. The former Olympic javelin champion Neeraj Chopra announced his marriage to the tennis player Himani Moore in an intimate ceremony on Sunday. Manchester City's Phil Foden scored twice as they hammered Ipswich Town 6-0 on Sunday and roared back into the Premier League's top 4. Well, that's all we have in the Express News. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.